Hi, this is me. I just moved here from, you got it, a big city over 2,500 miles away. I uprooted my life to make new roots, and I found the perfect place, Adams County, where I would spend summers as a kid hanging around with my cousin. We would go on adventures, me exploring and her getting in trouble. Even though time has gone by and we're older, not much else has changed. I'm still exploring, and well, she's still getting in trouble. I'm bringing my cousin with me to discover all the beauty of Adams County that she never even knew existed. We'll be working different jobs, getting behind the scenes, local only access, and meeting business owners who help make Adams County special. So join us as we're working our way through Adams County. This town is so adorable. I'm so glad that I get to be here with this community and work a job and hopefully... So typical. Here I am creating memories and she's creating shenanigans. I cannot believe that my cousin Biz, a local who has lived here her entire life, has never enjoyed all the different things that her town and community has to offer. So today, I'm taking you to the Shriver House Museum, where we are going to work for the entire day.
So, where are we going?
We are going to the Shriver House Museum.
Okay, I definitely do not know what that is. So, what do we know about it?
How do you not know where that is? You have probably passed it 100,000 times. It's on Baltimore Street, right here in Gettysburg.
Exactly.
So, the house was purchased by George and Hetty Shriver in the 1860s. They had 2 daughters, Sadie and Molly, and they fixed up the home just to settle in right before Christmas.
Oh.
So I ran into Nancy, the owner in town, and every year she creates this amazing Christmas holiday with these 5 different Christmas themes. And she was saying what a big job it is and how hard it is to do on her own. So I offered to help.
Oh, very nice.
She did tell me it's a bigger job than just me, and boom, that's when I thought about you.
Oh my gosh.
I told her we could both come and help.
And was she excited?
I wouldn't say the word excited.
Am I wearing the right outfit? Do I need to go home and change? Like, what do I need to do?
You'll see. So make a good impression. This is an opportunity for us to be a part of this community.
I brought the cookies. I'm gonna make a good impression. I got hungry though. No.
Oh, Biz, not a great start.
Okay, we're gonna help. Let's do it.
Amy, Biz, it's so nice of you to come in. Come on in.
Thank you.
Wait till you see the house for Christmas. It
We
is
can't
beautiful.
wait to be tour guides for a day.
And you know, if you're going to be a tour guide at the Shriver House, you really need to dress the part. All right, so if you're interested in being tour guides, there is a lot to learn. Come on here into the parlor because this is where we start our tours. Christmas time, we give it a little bit different tour than we do the rest of the year. Since they moved in just before the holidays, we have the whole house set up like they're having an open house party to show off their brand new home to their relatives and friends and neighbors, and that's why the house is all fixed up for an 1860 Christmas for a party. So you're going to see lots of food and cigars and liquor and treats all over the first floor here because it is an open house party. Can you tell me anything that you picked up about the parlor?
Maybe for the 1860s Christmas party, Biz, but not first day on the job.
You know, back at this time period, this was the custom. George Shriver, he would take Sadie and Molly out to their grandparents' farm. They owned a big farm down on Tawnytown Road, and they would go through the woods and look for the perfect Christmas tree. When they found just the right one, they'd bring it back home, but then George would cut the branches out to make these layers inside the tree. When we exchange presents today, we wrap them up in pretty paper and bows. We put our gifts underneath the tree. Not then, they didn't use wrapping paper. They might use a little bit of ribbon, but they would take their gifts and stuff them deep inside the tree. So they cut the branches out so they could accommodate larger items like toy drums and dolls and that kind of thing. So, Biz, I told you an awful lot of information about Christmas at that time period. What can you tell me about the Christmas tree?
Come on, Biz. This is your time to shine. Make us proud.
Okay, so basically it had a blight, so it doesn't have a lot of branches, and that's where Santa would come and put your stuff, and if you were good, you would get a pack of underwear in your stocking. And
so did you actually listen to anything that I told you?
If you want the real story of the Shriver House, book your tour today with an actual professional.
you have all that food out. I don't know what to do in the face of delicious food. Santa?
So what would a typical gift be that they could expect to see in the tree?
Well, I'll talk about those, but let me tell you about this orange. If the child was good throughout the year, they would expect to find an orange tucked into the toe of their stocking on Christmas morning. For some children, this is the only orange they would see in an entire year, and for some other children, this was Christmas.
An entire year, they get one orange, maybe at Christmas.
Yeah. For some families, that's the case. Flags was very, very popular, just a way to show your patriotism. And of course, you'll see here some cookies for Santa and some carrots for the reindeer. "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" was written long before the Civil War, which means Sadie and Molly Shriver, they knew all about Santa Claus and the reindeer. So this was just a little extra insurance for a nice Christmas morning.
Well, I have some insurance I found for you, Biz. Looks like you're getting some coal this year.
All right, Biz, a few things about Christmas dinner in the 1860s. They did use poppers, just like we use today. This is very old. They come from England back in the early 1860s. But one of my favorite Christmas treats, the Shrivers, they were German. Both Hetty and George, their descendants, came from Germany. And an old Christmas custom in those days was the beautiful spring-rolly cookies. They only made them at Christmas time. This could be something that Hetty could make at home here, maybe with a recipe from her grandmother, or she could buy at one of the confectionery stores in town here. But they're a beautiful cookie. They're embossed with a special rolling pin, and they only make them at the holidays. There was a lot of information on here, but let me see. Can you tell me anything about these cookies here?
Attempt number 2. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely, Nancy. They were a Christmas-specific treat. They're embossed with some sort of non-nutritive varnish, and they are called a Pepperidge Farm Chessman cookie.
No.
When it comes to decorating the house for Christmas, it's really important to me that this feels real, not like a set-up stage, but real
Authentic.
lived in here. One of my favorite things is they did string popcorn and cranberries back then, but little Molly, she was only 5 years old at this time period, so she's not doing a really great job on decorating that popcorn and cranberries. I think she's got most of it on the floor. Sadie, she did a pretty nice job, but she's already gotten bored and she's helping Mom make some apple pies for the Christmas holidays.
Hold your hoops. Hoops gotta be held walking upstairs. It's not an easy task.
Especially not after that alcohol.
You know, at Christmas time, we do talk about what it was like for the family for each of the different years that George Shriver and Hetty Shriver lived in this house. Well, on Christmas of 1862, George was away fighting in the war. Here's Hetty alone with her 2 little girls. And what do we do when times are tough? Families tend to draw together. So she had a house full of guests and there wasn't enough room downstairs. What do you do with the kids? You just toss them upstairs in the garret, or what we call the attic. So that's why we have the room set up this way. And can't you imagine those kids? Aunt Susie comes up and reads them "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" and makes sure they're all settled down, and Shivana goes back downstairs. But when it gets dark, before they go to sleep, last thing they would do is sit in those chairs and look out the window, because what are they looking for? They're looking for Santa to come across the night sky. And of course, they'd eventually get in bed and just wait to hear those hooves on the rooftop up top. It's one of my favorite things about Christmas here.
You know what Biz's favorite thing is about Christmas?
Yeah, now you're talking.
All the treats. These little kids probably snuck up here.
So let's go downstairs.
Hoops up, Biz.
Hoops up!
Well, what'd you think?
Well, girls, thank you for coming through the house and trying to learn the story of the Shriver family. But, you know, I think you might be better suited to something else here around the Shriver house. So how about if I give these to you? Is what you need to do. But I do have a consolation prize for you. This will bring back some memories for Amy.
That's right. This isn't my first time trying to work for Nancy. And I thought we'd be tour guides for a day, but it looks like Biz got us a different job.
Ladies, if you're almost finished, it's just about time to eat lunch. Would you care to join me?
Yeah, I was just getting hungry. I'm thirsty.
Sounds good. We'll be there in a second.
Yes.
Definitely we were better at dusting than giving the tour, but you have a lot of amazing items in
It is a
your
fun
museum.
house. Yeah.
How did you collect them all?
First off, I always say that this is my dollhouse. So I furnish it the way that you would furnish a dollhouse, but it's been, 20 some years of collecting things. So our plan originally though was to tell the stories of all different families around town and what they went through during the battle. But
This
in the
definitely
middle
does that.
of doing all the restoration work here, little by little, we started to put together the story of the family who built this house, and no one in town knew the story. So, but in the end, we decided that the Shrivers, it isn't that they're any more important than anybody else here in town, but this is their house, and they just happen to have an extraordinary story. So we were very, very lucky. I give tours every single day, and I stand up in the attic, and I talk about the soldiers that were killed. We had a CSI detective spray that area with that luminol type spray. There is blood everywhere, and it's amazing. People say to me, oh my gosh, I thought that battlefield was Pickett's Charge and Devil's Den. I didn't realize I came in here to town. And the park superintendent told me one time that I believe that he said the park today is about 6,000 acres. He said in reality it's about 26,000 acres. So really, as far as you can see in every direction, this is all battlefield. And we wanted people to understand that. It isn't just the fields outside of town.
Yeah.
We also wanted to show people what a house would have looked like at the time. You can't understand Gettysburg if you know the big battle story. You don't understand the whole thing unless you hear both sides of it, because this side has just never been told, and it's just such an important part of the story. It's like they talk about the fourth day of the battle, which is the aftermath and what these people were left with. I mean, here's this little teeny tiny town. They had more than 170,000 soldiers come here, and that's more than twice the number of people sitting at a Super Bowl game.
If you had to say my ultimate goal when people leave my home, what do you want them to know?
Just really that this is just one story from one family. And if you come to Gettysburg and learn all about the soldiers and you drive away, truly, there's just another whole half to the story that people just don't understand. And it makes my heart sing. Especially, we do so many school kids. And a little girl came over to me this summer and she said, I think you have changed my life. And I want children to understand especially that history does not have to be dull. It doesn't have to be boring. It isn't all just dates and generals and this and that. Because every tour guide that works here, they all love the story just every bit as much as I do. And they all tell it with the same passion. The nice thing is we all tell it just a little bit differently because I don't want people to be bored and come back and hear the same thing over and over again. But I didn't like history growing up, and I don't want to learn dates and battlefield names and this and that. So we don't do that. It's my rule. There are no dates in here. But I also want this to be fun. So we like to tell jokes during our tour. I got all hammy people that work here, including
So
myself.
Biz would be a perfect employee.
I just have to, stay on script.
and stay
And
away
off
from
the
booze.
booze.
Oh, yeah, well, that didn't help anything.
Yeah. Well, ladies, it was really nice meeting you. I thank you for coming in. I enjoyed lunch. And before you go, would you like to put some of the final touches on the Christmas tree?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Amy, you might want to stick to dusting.
Yeah.
How do you think we did today?
I mean, my adrenaline's going. I think we nailed it.
I do too. I think we totally nailed that job.
We just completed our very first day of working together in Adams County, and I think we're gonna do great things. It's just so beautiful. Well, maybe one of us is going to try to do great things. I feel really good about today.
I'm really excited. I mean, I know it's still
coming.
adrenaline, but I'm
I
excited.
think I did great.
I think so too.
Is that your phone or mine?
It's yours, not mine.
Oh, it's Nancy. Ah! Hey, girls. Thanks so much for coming by today.
Yep.
However, no thanks. I don't think I'll be needing you for the rest of the season. However, here's a few more names of people in town that might need some help.
Okay.
All right, well,
Not ideal, but we can work with this.
I think it's good. I think you know what she's doing? We were so good. She kind of wants everybody to get a little. I think overconfidence is part of our DNA.
That's so Nancy.
She is so Nancy.
So Nancy.
We didn't get the job at the Shriver House.
No.
But we did learn so much. I'm so glad you came with me.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought me.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers. And
There's more?
I got you a little something.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. This came right from the gift shop at the Shriver House. And
Did you get me what I was eyeing up?
I think I did.
It's a shot glass, Shriver House Museum, and then the branded Shriver's Saloon 10-Pin Alley. I love it.
So I got myself a tree, and I put enough space in between these branches so you could get me the perfect gift this year that will fit right in there.
That's amazing. Well,
Thank you.
I just so happen to have something for you too.
And it fits.
Oh.
Fits here.
I think we might need to clear out a few branches, but
Okay.
I want to give it to you. I'm so excited. Close
Okay.
your eyes. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Keep them closed. I'll tell you when to open them.
I can't
Oh
wait.
boy, man, are you ever gonna love
Can I
this?
open them?
Whenever you're ready. Merry Christmas.
Thank you for joining us today as we worked our way through Adams County, had a little fun, and met a new neighbor.